San Francisco Hot Rock, live from the Kabuki Theater, Bammies 83, with Huey Lewis in the news. Translated, The Tubes, Eddie and the Tide, Journey, the Eric Martin Band, Grace Slick, Greg Kinn, Night Ranger,
the Bammies,
you mean the Bammies,
and more.
Welcome to San Francisco Hot Rock. I'm Steve Garland, and tonight we are live from the Kabuki Theater in San Francisco. The 1983 Bay Area Music Awards are just finishing up at the San Francisco Civic, and the party is getting ready to begin here at the Kabuki. We're going to bring you all the excitement, who won, who performed, backstage, and more. So far tonight, it has been an incredible win for Huey Lewis in the News, getting 4 Bammie Awards for Best Group, Best Album, Best Male Vocalist, and Musician of the Year. Let's get things started, taking a look at some of the nominees in the category of Best Group. First up, the winner this year, Huey Lewis in the News.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to thank, and most importantly, I'd like to thank my band, obviously. Sean Hopper on keyboards, Bill Gibson on drums, Mario Cipollino on bass, Johnny Cola on guitar and saxophone, and Chris Hayes on guitar. I'd also like to thank Johnny Cola and Jim Gaines for standing on the other side of the glass when we record our songs, when I don't even sound like male vocalist of the day, let alone male vocalist of the year. I'd also like to thank our manager and my personal friend Bob Brown, who first suggested that I print up business cards which said Huey Lewis, vocalist. And last, but certainly not least, I'd like to thank my wife Sydney for standing by me through thick and thin. Thank you very much.
We're back. We're back from the Kabuki in San Francisco, and it's live. I'm Steve Garland. This is what a Bammie Award looks like. And in this case, it's been awarded for Best Independent Label EP or Single, Eddie and the Tide.
Hey,
congratulations,
thank you,
Eddie.
Steve. I'll tell you, I didn't know what was going through my head when they announced it, but all of a sudden, you had to take that long walk up the stairs in front of all your peers, and that's quite a feeling, I gotta tell you. Being in front of, Huey, Greg Kinn, all the bands we worked with, and I don't know, Cass, how'd you feel, buddy? How'd you?
Felt real good. My heart started to beat.
Yeah,
I hadn't
really
beaten in a long time. Felt real fun.
Well, I remember a couple of weeks ago you were on our Hot Rock show, and I asked you the question, what would winning a Bammie Award do for Eddie and the Tide? And now,
yeah, well,
you got it.
I don't know. It's going to help us a lot. I think it's going to wake up some of the record companies in L.A. and that, that situation. I think it's going to change a lot there. And I don't know. It just feels good, man.
Take it home. Put it on the shelf and treasure it. Congratulations to Eddie and the Tide, the winners in the category of Best Independent Label EP. Hope to be hearing some great stuff from you guys. Now, we played you 3 of the groups in the category of Best Group of 1983. Again, the winner was Huey Lewis in the News. We talked to Jonathan Cain of Journey, who was talking to us about his win, Best Keyboardist in this year's Bammie Awards. Let's take a look. Jonathan Cain, congratulations for winning the Bammie Award, Best Keyboardist. Now that you've won the award, you can be honest, were you nervous?
Absolutely. I feel like I'm about 10 feet off the ground still.
Well, congratulations to you. I know that Journey has been working on a lot of projects, and you've been doing some songwriting on your own. What are your own current projects that you're working on?
I've just been writing with some different people, trying to get a different perspective on some new ideas, some different directions, and I was helping Tawny with some songs. We were writing some songs together. She's working on her new album, and it's just about enjoying, having some time off, doing a little skiing.
Now, I know that you wrote a song that Ann Wilson of Heart ended up recording, Allies. Do you plan on doing liaisons like that in the future?
It's always great to get a great singer and a great band like Heart to do one of the songs that mean a lot to you. And they made me very proud, and to be able to translate that song to the world and to the public, and I love him. And Sammy Hagar had a lot of success with Remember the Heroes, and I love him for that. And it's a great thing to be able to share that and to be able to make it bigger than anything you ever dreamed of. And so I'm hoping that maybe we can do some more things like that in the future.
What's the most exciting part about the Bammies for you?
The people. The fact that the people voted for you, the fact that the people in the retail stores, the press, that they thought of you, and to me makes me the most high, I guess, that feeling that you can get is that it's not an award where a big academy votes for you. It's the street, you know, talking, and it's something that you never get over. I've got 2 other Bammies at home, and I'm still flying from it. So, I mean, if that's any indication to how much it means to me, it's really great. San Francisco is the best place to be right now.
What's the next project for Journey?
We got another album we got to be doing, and hopefully everybody get done with their solo things, and we can start sometime in June, I believe, in the studio, June or July, and finish up before the fall. They come out with a new album and try to go over to Europe and kick some ass.
Congratulations. All right. Thank you, Jonathan.
Don't go away. More San Francisco Hot Rock live from the Kabuki right after this.
We're at the Kabuki Theater in San Francisco, live for a Hot Rock special. I'm Steve Garland, and it has been one wild night. Tonight being the Bay Area Music Awards just finishing up. The after party is going on right here at the Kabuki. Let's take a look at some of the winners of this year's Bay Area Music Awards for Outstanding Black Contemporary Artist or Group. Angela Bofill won. 2 awards going to Journey this week. We already saw keyboardist Jonathan Cain win. Also awards going for Best Bassist to Ross Valerie. Some of the other categories include Hush for Best Independent LP, John Lee Hooker for Outstanding Blues, and Lacey J. Dalton for Outstanding Folk or Country Artist. Let's talk to some of the people that are over here. What's your name?
Michael Plant.
Did you have a good time tonight at the Bammies?
Great time.
What was the most exciting part of the Bammies for you?
Hearing Night Ranger play.
Well, we've got some good news for you, because you will see on television tonight Night Ranger in performance. We'll be right back with more Hot Rock from the Kabuki.
More San Francisco Hot Rock live from the Kabuki right after this. Stay tuned.
Live tonight from the Kabuki in San Francisco, we're celebrating this year's Bay Area Music Awards, which are just finishing up over at the Civic. This is the after party. Right now, let's take a look at the nominees in the category of Best Male Vocalist. The competition was pretty stiff this year. The nominees, Sammy Hagar, Eddie Money, Huey Lewis of Huey Lewis and the News, Fee Waybill of the Tubes, and Greg Kinn. Let's check out some of the nominees in action. Eddie Money doing some shaking. Now, he's just one of the 5 nominees in the category of Best Male Vocalist. Again, the competition was real stiff. And the winner, Huey Lewis, bringing home the news. Let's take a look at Huey Lewis in the News right now. I'm Steve Garland. If you're just joining us, we are live tonight from the Kabuki Theater in San Francisco, where the After Bammies Bash is starting. Tonight was the Bay Area Music Awards. Now, a lot of people only know the Bay Area Music Awards as being the only award show all year that Michael Jackson doesn't win anything. There's a lot more to it than that. It's a celebration of the great amount of talent we have here in the San Francisco Bay Area. For a better understanding of what the Bammies are all about and BAM Magazine, a couple of weeks ago we talked to the publisher and editor of BAM, Dennis Erokan.
When I was an unemployed bass player in 1975, one night in the summer I decided I had to figure out what I was going to do with my life, or I was going to have to get a job. I sat down and started thinking, what would be the most fun thing to do? And the first thing that came to mind was why not do something really ridiculous and start a rock magazine, a free rock magazine, just have it about the Bay Area. If I was going to do that, then the next step had to be, and this is actually the way it came about, the very next thing I thought of was then there'd have to be a Bay Area Music Awards to celebrate the music scene, have the fans and the musicians together. And the third thing that came to mind that evening was, if we did all that, then we have to have a library, a Bay Area Music Archives. Now, I was sure all of this was just a fantasy of one evening, but for some reason the next morning I got to work on BAM Magazine.
Now we're up to the nominations. How are they selected?
Nominee selection for the Bay Area Music Awards each year starts in November. We compile long lists in each category of the people who we think had any reason to be part of the category. Best guitarists could be 200 or 300 people. We send 75 copies of those to critics, to music programmers at radio stations, to industry insiders, pretty much everywhere that we can find. And they cull that list down to the 5 top people in each category, or top artists. The thing that I wasn't prepared for was that the musicians themselves took it so seriously. During the first year, when Ainsley Dunbar, who was playing drums for Journey, won his award for Best Drummer, he came over to me and he said, "Look, my hands are shaking." And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "You don't realize I've been with the top rock groups for the last 15 years. I've never been nervous on stage before in my life."
What can you tell me about the archives?
The Bay Area Music Archives are my love. It's the weirdest thing to get completely involved in. It's a library. It's a repository of memorabilia and records and tapes and ticket stubs and press clippings, but it's about the subject that I have dedicated the last 20 years of my life, which is rock and roll. There's nothing like rock and roll. I don't know if there ever will be. And 20, 30, 40 years from now, some kid can say, what was so great about music in the 60s in San Francisco or the 70s? What was so important about that? He'll be able to go to the Bay Area Music Archives, put on the headphones, watch the monitor, and immerse himself in the music that meant so much to all of us.
Are the archives open today to the public?
One of the things that we're doing with the proceeds from the Bammies this year is preparing the archives to be open to the public. In the past, the archives have only been for serious researchers, TV people, radio, people writing college thesis, whatever. Starting with this particular Bammies and the money that we can raise from this one, we will have it prepared along with the help of people like Herbie Herbert, the manager of Journey, Bill Graham, etc., to open the archives finally to the public.
Tonight, the 7th Annual Bay Area Music Awards was the best yet. The performers were in top notch, and the winners are so excited. We talked to a lot of them. Matter of fact, this next segment is one of my favorites. One of the hardest working groups in the Bay Area has got to be Night Ranger. You're going to see some video of Night Ranger as they performed live on stage tonight at the Bammies. And incidentally, that brings us up to the category of Best Guitarist of the Year. The nominees were Neil Schon of Journey. We also had the great Kin Band's Greg Douglas, Jerry Garcia of the Grateful Dead, and Brad Gillis of Night Ranger. Guess who won? Brad. We talked to him shortly before he won his award. Let's see what his reaction was. Bradley Gillis, Night Ranger. It's a big moment tonight.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm having a good time.
Yeah, well, the awards haven't been announced yet, so as the folks at home are watching, you still don't know.
I'm still excited. Anticipation. I'm still got, uneasy a little bit, but we're all excited. The band, I think we got a shot. Got a lot of competition, a lot of good competition out there.
A lot of good stuff. Let's see, you're nominated for 2 different things.
2 whammy Bammies.
You've got the Best Group, and you're also up for Best Guitarist.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah. We're looking forward to both of those.
You're in some stiff competition, too, some people that you know.
Right. Neil Schon and who else is up for that? Oh,
Chris Hayes, Huey Lewis in the News.
Greg Douglas.
Yeah, a lot of good players.
Yeah, Jerry Garcia.
If you do win, what's the first thing you're going to do tonight?
Probably walk up on the stage.
After that?
Oh, I don't know. I'll probably wonder why Michael Jackson didn't win.
Yeah, Michael Jackson won no awards tonight.
Oh, well, it's not over yet.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
I don't.
Really? But that's probably the only award show all year long where Michael Jackson doesn't win anything.
I heard he's flying in for tonight. They're making up some type of award.
They're buying him a home in the Bay Area so he can qualify real quick.
No problem there. I'm sure he'll have no problem buying it on his own.
All right, well, listen, good luck tonight. We'll see you at the After Bammies party.
All right.
Good luck, Brad.
Thank you.
More San Francisco Hot Rock live from the Kabuki right after this. Stay tuned.
San Francisco Hot Rock is back, and tonight we are live at the Kabuki for the After Bammies party, this year being the Bay Area Music Awards. I'm Steve Garland, and right now we're with John Nyman from the Eric Martin Band, who in a way swept the awards tonight.
Swept it away, pulled a Michael Jackson on the Bams tonight. What can I say?
You guys won Best Debut Album for Sucker for a Pretty Face and Best Club Band.
Yeah.
How do you feel, John?
It feels good. I'm born and raised in this area. It feels good to be out here winning awards.
Well, I've got some other good news for you. Last week on San Francisco Hot Rock, you might remember we did a survey, a telephone survey using the KRQR request lines. We asked our Bay Area viewers what their favorite group was. Now, I've got good news and bad news. What do you want first? The bad news. Well, the bad news is you didn't win. Night Ranger won with 31% of the vote, but you guys came in second place. Second place. So we are inviting, yes, it is true, we're inviting you, the Eric Martin Band, and Night Ranger for a race-off at Malibu Grand Prix, and it's going to be a Hot Rock afternoon special. Want you to be watching. Put your helmets on. You'll see it here on KGO TV March the 14th.
Driving while blind.
That's right. Hey, congratulations. An excellent
Very
group.
much.
John Nyman from the Eric Martin Band. I'm Steve Garland. We'll be right back with more from Hot Rock. Stay with us.
Don't go away. More San Francisco Hot Rock live from the Kabuki right after this.
We're back. San Francisco Hot Rock live from the Kabuki, celebrating this year's Bay Area Music Awards, where Little Gadget and the Soulful Twilights, Mickey Thomas's group, will be stepping on stage in just a little bit. I'm Steve Garland, coming off an incredible Bammies tonight, the 7th annual, and the awards were so exciting. Let's take a look at the category of Song of the Year. Now, the nominations for Song of the Year were Eddie Money for The Big Crash, Huey Lewis and the News for Heart of Rock and Roll, also the Greg Kihn Band for Jeopardy, and we talked to Waybill of the Tubes, who incidentally won the award for Song of the Year, but we talked to him before he won. Let's take a look at Fee's reaction. You compare the Grammys to our Bammies.
Well, it's similar. I mean, the Grammys are a little more together. I mean, the reason I like the Bammies is because it's loose. I mean, it's not so much pressure, you know. People were like puking from nervousness at the Grammys. It's such a big deal, and there's so many millions and millions of people watching, and it's live, and it has to be perfect. And this is cool. This is mellow, a little bit laid, big deal. You can ad-lib more. You know everybody in the audience, so you're not nearly as nervous. So I actually like this a little bit better. You know, it's for us. It's for the hometown Bay Area people. It's for the people you see every day, you know, are not only the peers in your industry, but your next door neighbor, the people you work with in clubs, the people you have worked with for years and years. You know, everybody knows everybody, and so it's personally, this is my pick. I enjoy it.
You've been nominated for, let's see, Best Album, Best Song, Best Lead Vocalist. Prairie Prince has been nominated for Best Drummer, and Best Album, Best Group. Out of all those, bassist, which one do you want to win most?
Best Song. That's the one I want. I don't care about the rest. I mean, I care, but I won't freak out if I don't win Best Vocalist or Best Group. But I really want Best Song for She's a Beauty because I worked very hard on it, and I think it deserves it. I really do.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you. Good luck.
Well, we just finished seeing the Tubes perform, and Fee talking about if he won. Well, Fee, you got it. Congratulations for winning Best Song of 1983.
Thank you. It was really the only one I cared about. You know, it meant a lot to me, and what can I say? I already thanked my producer, and who else? My mom and dad, and no, you've heard it all before.
Everybody's saying. We're also with Dennis Erokan, who we just saw a couple of minutes ago. Hey, you're all spiffed up tonight.
I'm feeling a little bit better now. I'm looking good. I'm feeling ready, and the Bammies are over for another year, so I can relax for a couple of months.
How do you think it went tonight compared to the other Bammies?
This was the best Bammies of all time, and I got to thank Fee and the other people that were there for just an unbelievable amount of great music.
Incredible performances tonight. My question is, next year at the Bammies, you think we may get a Best Video Award category?
We're going to have to work on that. We're definitely, your show has been pushing that, and I think we're going to have to work on that.
Well, listen, congratulations on a fantastic Bammies.
Thank you very much.
Fee, up next you're working on a new LP. What else?
Well, we're doing both. My record and the Tubes record, same time. We're running
Solo
back and
LP?
forth. Yeah.
All right.
Solo record for Capitol with David Foster and Steve Lukather and Prairie, and you know, it's a lot of people. But in between that, we're doing the Tubes record and pretty much nonstop.
Maybe we'll get you back for Bowling for Dollars again on Hot Rock.
I haven't bowled since I saw you last.
I still say I did not get that gutter ball.
Well,
we're going to go to a commercial. We'll be right back with more Hot Rock live from the Kabuki. Stay with us.
More San Francisco Hot Rock live from the Kabuki right after this. Stay tuned.
We're back live from the Kabuki in San Francisco for a Hot Rock party. Tonight was the Bay Area Music Awards, the 7th annual, if you're just joining us. I'm Steve Garland. Earlier we talked to John Nyman from the Eric Martin Band, who tonight won Best Debut Album and Best Club Band. Here was their instant reaction just after winning the awards.
Let's take a picture, boys. This feels very good. Expressing myself is going crazy here. Hey, look, I want to thank the BAM magazine for recognizing Troy Laketta, John Nyman, Mark Ross, Tom Duke, and myself as talent in action. And I'd like to also thank our wonderful producers, Kevin Elson and Rodney Mills. Yeah, and and then also, and there's more, okay? The guys just stand around going, ah! That's very exciting. Anyways, Judy Davis, our vocal coach, and our managers, Herbie Herbert, Sandy Einstein, John Villanueva, and road manager Zeke Clark. And everyone. And I'd like to thank Stacy and the girls at our table and in the balcony, because I will be and always will be a sucker for a pretty face.
Just hopping off stage, winning this year's debut LP award, the Eric Martin Band.
That's it! Say it again!
The Eric Martin Band.
That's better the second time.
This is the first time I've seen a Bammie close up.
That's right, and they even got the engraving and everything.
They paid for the engraving. How do you guys feel, huh?
Yeah, great.
Like $1 million.
Feel great. Feel wonderful. Well, listen, this is a big success for the Eric Martin Band. You guys, your album is fantastic. What's next?
What's next? More records, more debut album winnings, and all that stuff.
Shows. Nothing but sold out shows. And records and videos and all that good stuff.
Okay, everything's positive with the Eric Martin Band. Nothing's negative. You can take everything. That's what we want, okay?
I want to thank all those people out there for voting for the Eric Martin Band.
Oh, so good.
Thank you, people.
Remember when I dared you? You took me on it. That's good.
They took you seriously. Hey, congratulations, guys.
Thank you, Steve.
Best debut album. All right.
Thank all you, really. Thank you.
This is it, too. Let's put our hands on it. Let's get a good look at it. Steve, you too.
All right. The Eric Martin Band, winners of this year's Best Debut LP here at the Bay Area Music Awards. Woo!
Yeah.
The Eric Martin Band, once again winners of Best Debut LP and Best Club Band this year at the Bay Area Music Awards. I'm Steve Garland. We're live at the Kabuki with a couple of the original members of Santana, Michael Shreve and Michael Carabello. A lot of things have changed since Santana started the hotbed of Bay Area music. Most currently, Michael, you've been working with Sammy Hagar, Neil Schon, and Kenny Aronson on a live album. Now, how's the work going, and when's the album going to be released?
The album will be out March 12th. It'll be out real shortly. There'll be a full concert on MTV in April as well. So it should be, out real soon.
Wonderful. And we also got the first viewing of that concert a couple of weeks ago. A clip from it, fantastic stuff. Now, you've been working with the Stones, haven't you?
Yeah, Becky's.
Wonderful. You going to continue doing that?
I hope so. I just thought, I just like playing, man.
We'll be back with more live from the Kabuki as our Hot Rock Party continues. Stay with us. We're back live from the Kabuki here in San Francisco for tonight's Bay Area Music Awards after party. And with us is Craig Chiquiso, the Jefferson Starship.
Hey,
how you doing?
Good, man. How's it going?
I'm doing just fine. I got a question for you. I talked to Paul Kantner earlier, and he was telling me about the new Jefferson Starship album. Give me some tidbits.
Well, it's something we've been working on for the last few months. There's a lot of songwriters in the group, and everybody has had a chance to do, their style on the album. So there's going to be quite a variety. Mostly Mickey and I are writing kind of straight ahead rock and roll, and Grace has got a lot of more of a new wave influence, as does her solo album. And Paul's writing in his style, and Pete's got some really good tunes. So it's kind of a combination of all that stuff.
What's the working title of the album?
Craig Chiquiso's Hottest Guitar Licks. But I don't know. They might not like that title in the long run. No, I don't know what the working title is. I think it might be Nuclear Furniture, but I don't really know.
Okay, we look forward to seeing you jam tonight with Little Gadget and the Soulful Twilights. Right now, we're going to go to one of the live performances at this year's Bammie Awards with Graham Nash and a surprise reunion.
Written by David Crosby and Stephen Stills and Mr. Paul Kantner. It's called Wooden Ships.
More San Francisco Hot Rock live from the Kabuki right after this. Stay tuned.
But we're out of time. That's all for this week's San Francisco Hot Rock Show. I'm Steve Garland. A big thanks to BAM Magazine, the Kabuki, Bill Graham Presents, Limelight Livery Limousines, our incredible crew here, and more. Next week, a Hot Rock Party with Eddie Money. Stay with us. We're going to finish up the show with this year's big winner, 4 Bammie Awards, Huey Lewis in the News. I'm Steve Garland. See you next week.